Hello and welcome back to my series where I go through all of my zombicide survivors I have for Zombicide Fantasy. And today we are talking about Kabral from Zombicide Friends and Foes expansion. And he is falling into the category of characters who is mainly focusing on melee, but only unlocks it really after going to level 3. So yeah, this is what he does. First off, he has shove, which is a skill that allows him, if he's standing in a location with some zombies, he's allowed to push them out of the way, which actually works really well with him being so aggressive that you can just put him in, try to eliminate as many zombies, and then shove them out of the way, and then retreat if you have to. And I think it's a really good skill for melee characters because of the safety net. If you can go in and get out pretty quickly. And of course it's a free skill, so you can use it while you still have one action left. So yeah, I think shove is a really good skill to have this early game, especially because this is the time where you often get overwhelmed by small zombies because you haven't set up yet, or late game where you might be trapped in a bigger pile of zombies than you expected, and then always better to be in the safe side. But when he gets to level 3, he has two name skill. The first one is Bloodlust Melee, which basically means that once per turn he can move up 2 spaces and make a free melee attack. So that's a way to get him in very quickly into the fray. And Barbarian is a skill where instead of when you fighting zombies, you have to look at the weapons number of dice you're allowed to use, like this one having 2 dice. But in this situation, if you use Barbarian, you can just count the amount of zombies that are on the same space as him. Like in this case, there will be 3, and then you will gain 3 dices to roll instead of 2. So while it's a very good skill late game where, and especially in Zombicide White Death, it is a skill that is very dependent on what's going to happen. So most of the time I actually use this Bloodlust Melee to get him in and deal as much damage as you can. In level red, as I call it, he get +1 die melee. So when he's using a melee attack, again, if we take the sword I used before, instead of 2 dices, he will get 3 dices. And that's just good if you're deciding not to go Barbarian. But if you go Barbarian, it actually adds to that. So in this case, like there would be 3, you would actually get a 4th dice. So it stacks with all the different abilities down the line, and also with other abilities we will get to later. Then he also can get 1 free melee action, which is basically just an extra attack per turn. Or one of the skills I think is actually the strongest skills in the game. +1 to die roll melee. So when he uses a melee attack, normally you will have to roll a 3 to hit with this sword here. But if you take this skill, +1 die roll melee, you'll only have to roll 2 because you +1 to it, making it very easy for him to deal with a lot of zombies very fast. And because it's easier to hit. Now his body slot is actually a support weapon in a heavy dagger. And what heavy daggers does is actually, normally it's basically a +2 weapon. So if you find it, you can always use to deal with tier 2 zombies like brutes and something like that. But if you have another melee weapon equipped and you think it has a better die number than 1, you can have this one equipped to have that weapon gained +1 die and damage 2. So even if we go back and look at this heavy sword, it will be a 2 damage weapon instead of 1 damage weapon, and it will get +1 die. Plus, this is a combo with heavy dagger that if you have this one equipped, you'll get 1+ extra die. So this weapon, of course, came out in the same expansion and works really well together. But even heavy dagger by itself, I think it's one of the best weapons there are in the game, simply because it can be used with any melee weapon. And yeah, so this is Kabral and what he looks like, and I can see I've just used him in a game recently, and he looks exactly like his picture. Him from the back, if someone is interested. We can see he is an orc, which is really interesting because in Prince of Foes you're fighting orcs instead of normal zombies. So I really like that they gave us one orc like this, and I really like his aesthetic in general. And yeah, while he doesn't do anything extraordinary special, he's really good at what he does, like get in, deal a lot of damage, and get out. Which is sometimes, which I really underestimated in the start. When I first started out, I really didn't think shop was this good. But once I learned it was a free action, I was like, well, just let's say this is he's still level 1. You can go in, eliminate one zombie that is important, because in melee you can choose which zombie you eliminate, then shove them away, and then move out. So it makes his role in it really just taking out the problematic zombies like necromancers, runners, wolves, everything that the range character cannot take out. So yeah, this is Kabral. I don't know why simple everyone in Friends and Foes have these extraordinary names I cannot pronounce, but I hope you enjoy and have a nice day.